All right, guys. What is going on? What's good? What's good? I always forget my mouse. Highlighter. There we go. There we go. Damn. Am I awake yet? I think so. What's good, everyone? How many people we got? 18. 18? All right. I guess so. I guess so. What's good, Willow, Iberneth, Kobe? You know, fun fact, I yell Kobe every time I get a grenade kill in Counter-Strike. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, what's good, Naruto, Eli, Lucas, Vadu, Zay, the Sheriff. Sheriff, we got to get you a sniper, my friend. We got to get you that sniper badge. That sniper badge. Know what I'm saying? We got to get that membership. We got to get that membership. So earlier in the Discord, I said to watch the Nasdaq, and then I threw in a poo emoji. So hopefully you understand what that means. That I'm looking for lower pricing on Nasdaq. Okay, what would that be? Actually, we're gonna take the text off and just leave the old eyeball there. That means lower pricing, my friend. That's what the poo emoji means, okay? Not that I use that very often, but to me, it was just such an easy case for lower pricing. Such an easy case for lower pricing. And obviously on the screen, you can see why. You can see what we have on here. Consolidation, equal lows, even better. Okay. So if I've never explained that before, and that was yesterday's price action. If I've never explained that before, let me explain this again. What's good, Nikki? And yes, it is Wednesday. Equal highs and equal lows are great, okay? Just like how we have equal highs on the ES side, not the micro side. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the micros. Heavy manipulation at 730. I don't know what's going on over there. E-mini, however, does have equal highs at 46.57 and a half. Okay? Now, what I want to get to, or at least the point that I'm trying to make, when it comes to liquidity, all right? I know I made a video on it a long time. We talk about liquidity all the fucking time on the live sessions, okay? You need to, if there's one thing you're going to study, okay? There's a lot of things that obviously you can study, but one of them needs to be consolidations, okay? Consolidations. Do consolidations always leave equal lows or low resistant lows? No, not all consolidations are created equal. But when they do create equal lows or low resistant lows, that is just so much easier. Okay. That's one of my favorite things to target. That's one of my favorite things to tweet. It's one of my favorite things to talk about in the Discord. And I know I kind of let my ego slip a little bit yesterday when I was saying that if there's anybody that appears to be a market maker, it's me. And I only say that because the accuracy is very, very high. But that's only because, again, I wait for super, super high probability setups. I don't move markets, okay? It may look like that, but that's not even close. I just align with the ones who do with the algorithm that does, okay? But this is how we do it, okay? You have to wait for liquidity to set up. You have to wait for manipulation, price breaking down, bearish order flow. If there's one thing to study from today, to be fair, this is a deep retracement. I'll be honest. That's a pretty deep retracement given this sell-off. But when you look at it and you study the price leg, okay? From the beginning, meaning manipulation. 7:30 news. I forgot what we had CPI yesterday, so whatever this was. I don't know. We got fucking news every day. Oh, we got a FOMC statement at 1. Ooh, that's gonna shake some shit up, I think. All right. 7:30 a.m. Central Time was core PPI. Okay, so that makes sense. 7:30 news, and then we had the 8:30 opening price manipulation. We break down, and that's the thing, though, right? Let's come back to that W word. The W word, willingness, right? Willingness. In the Scalper's Paradise series I did a long time ago, and when we talk about Scalper's Paradise, it's a very late entry. It's a very high probability entry, and it comes after the market showing you a willingness, okay? So what I mean by that, and that's just a term that I use, just for an easy explanation, okay? So what I mean is by this low here, that low, in my opinion, it's short-term manipulation, but in the overall, in the broader sense, okay? Meaning in the short term, don't let me lose you here. I know sometimes I might get a little bit complicated. It's just, I try to put my thoughts together, and it's hard. In the very small time frame, that's a stop run, right? Like if you went down to a 1 minute, you could easily see like, oh, stop run gap, that could be a long up to an imbalance or whatever. The market moves from what to what? Liquidity to liquidity, imbalance to imbalance, and then liquidity to imbalance. Like that's a move that you could play from this gap, right? So in the short term, that is a stop run. That's the micro perspective. But if we zoom out and go to the macro view of the day, at least, the macro view of the day, meaning we have to include London, that low shows me a willingness to want to trade down to the 380s, 375, area here. So once we get that, I can start looking for shorts. So say, for example, you shorted this premium imbalance, not this one that I've got marked, but this one up here. And there's a reason I didn't mark it. Okay. Let's assume for a minute that you shorted this imbalance with a stop at this high, aiming for these lows. You would have taken some drawdown. It would have went about halfway to your stop loss, but it never would have hit your stop, especially in the futures market. Never would have got close. And eventually, given a certain amount of time, 2-3 hours or so, maybe 3, from 9 to 11 or 12, let's just say 3 hours. So yeah, sure, a little bit of drawdown, but then 3 hours later, it does end up meeting the lows. That's fine. But you really get a breakdown at 950, an imbalance being respected, and then this inverted imbalance at 1030, that would have been a decent opportunity as well, right? Because pay attention here. Why am I marking this specific one? Now, to be fair, it was a few minutes after the fact. Okay, I didn't mark that up beforehand. But remember when we introduced the inverted imbalance, I don't know when that even was. The first time was years ago. For this year, I'm not sure when it was. But I'm saying we trade through it, respect it, and then through it again to go lower, like that. You see what I'm saying? We create it on the way up, Price drops down, respect it to go higher. Then we trade through it. And then we come up into it, respect it to go lower. Does that make sense? So the drawing might be kind of shitty, but I mean, it's just a way of measuring order flow, imbalances. Obviously you can, I mean, part of me really wants to say like support and resistance, but that's not actually what's going on in the retail sense of the words support and resistance. But it's a measurement of price sensitivity. You can see that it was bullish until it wasn't, and then it was bearish. Okay, to put it as plain and simply as I can. So when you see that, okay, next candle entry would have worked. This up candle here would have worked to short, even though that's like a very small scalp. But nonetheless, what is the market likely to reach for given the one-sidedness, the lows, right? And now look at it. It does come back a little bit, and then it's, you know, it's continued its sell-off given the afternoon session. It's shorting a bearish market. Easy. Getting in sync with order flow, that's ideal. All right, that is ideal. Now, as far as what we do this afternoon, I marked up an I think this is a 1 hour imbalance down here. If my memory serves me correctly, that's what this is. So we have a morning session low at 9 o'clock central. We trade higher to create the equal highs. So I'm thinking, all right, and my mind has changed now because we have an FOMC statement at 1 o'clock, which is in about 40 minutes. I didn't know that until I just checked it. So that definitely changes my perspective. But if we assume that there wasn't news, what I assumed is we'll run below this low into this imbalance. And then if we get bullish order flow, I'll long that to these highs. That's my idea. But now that we have an FOMC statement, that fucks it up. So might just have to sit back and watch today, which is not bad because it's December anyway. So I'm on the side of caution to begin with. Know what I'm saying? What's good, Stephanie? What's good, Lazar? We got to get you a sniper too. We got to get everybody a sniper at some point. You know what I mean? We got to get those snipers in there. We got to get you into the Discord. And then all will be well in the world. That's the goal, at least. All right. To me, the Dow Jones looks like absolute dumpster water. I mean, it looks as if this isn't even this might not even be the contract anymore. That's what it's looking like. It's looked like we're into March already. Let me take a quick gander. I might be right. I haven't looked. Why is this not doing it? There we go. Oh, yes. Okay. So yeah, we do have to change that now. We are now, it might have been yesterday or Monday, but at least as of today, we are over in the March contract for the future side. So I do need to change the symbols. So that means ESZ 2023 now goes to ESH 2024, or excuse me, ESH 24 is the symbol. On TradingView, it would be ESH 2024, because that is now where the volume and open interest is at. Does that make sense? A lot of people, when they get into futures, they don't understand the contract expiries, the rollovers, and stuff like that. This is essentially the week. I think is this the third week of December? Yes. Friday was the first. I guess you would consider that the first week. All right. Second, third week, or yeah, third Friday of the month. So I guess that makes sense then. So that's why we do see a change in volume and open interest. So now that makes a lot of sense as far as why you look at the Dow and you've got all these gaps and all this horrendousness in here. So we really should be looking at the other symbols today. I just haven't done that. Let's see. So that's what that looks like. ESH2024. That's the E-mini S&P 500 futures of March 2024. And then you add it. There's that. Okay. So then this is where we are. Do you see how the highs are different too? Do you see that? The highs are different too. And the price is different as well. So there's that. And then you just got to do that for each one. So like technically, I'm still going to watch it today, but after today, this is when I would delete the December contract and then just start focusing on the March contract. All right. What's good, Big James? J Powell going to start talking shit and the markets are going to move. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So I don't think I had anything else for you today other than I guess the contract months now are, are switching. So I think it would be interesting to see what actually takes place today, because technically these are different assets because these are different like tradable contracts. So I'm curious to see what the news does to both of them, like what it does to the December contract and then what it does to the March contract. Because I would assume, because there's volume and open interest on both, but it's like December is still tradable. So like people are still trading December. So that, to me, that means there's still liquidity here because this doesn't expire. It's still got a couple days left. So I still think we could jam up into there. And with March, we just don't have identical highs. Oh yeah, but look at that consolidation, run up, drop down, run up again, and then lower low. So kind of a janky day for the S&P. What have you guys been looking at today? Any currencies, metals, stocks, what have you? Yeah, Tesla's disappointed the last couple days. Oh, the last couple days, it's been a little bit lower. It'd be like that sometimes. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't get back to like 215, we'll be okay. But I wouldn't want to see us any lower from here. Netflix is not at a 2023 high yet. We're close. What else have we been watching? JP Morgan. Above 160. It's just chilling for now. Where do I see PayPal? We can look at PayPal. Just give me a second. Oh, they're Tesla's recalling most of their cars. Is that true? I don't really keep up with news like that. If that's the case, that's fucked. Oh, Nikki said that too. They're recalling all their cars sold in the US this year from faulty safety mechanism that's supposed to keep people on the road. Oh shit. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, Tesla recalls over 2 million vehicles to fix autopilot faults. Yikes. You guys are right. This is all news, at least from, if you Google Tesla. If you go, I guess, yeah, just into Google, you type Tesla. Some of the top stories, that's what they are. Autopilot software in 2 million vehicles. Ooh. Yeah, today would be a good day to not look at the stock. Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, think about the math on that. 2 million cars at what? 40, 50, 60,000 a piece? How much money is that? That's not good. All right, one of you said PayPal, right? I don't even think I watch PayPal. Is that listed on the Nasdaq? Oh, this stock sucks. Oh yeah, this stock absolutely blows. Is this even still part of the Nasdaq? Ugh. This is horrendous. The Nasdaq is up big time this year, and PayPal is down really fucking bad. 2023 started here. Oh, it's down 20% for the year, while the Nasdaq is up like a motherfucker, dude. Okay, so PayPal being down 20% while the Nasdaq's up 50%, that should tell you enough right there. That alone, a speed analysis, that's horrible. This is lagging behind really, really bad. I mean, even though we talked about November being a really stellar month for stocks, I mean, obviously it was for PayPal as well. November to now, like 14%, okay, but there's an underlying reason why this stock has not gone up at all really since September of 2021. We saw a lot of stocks crash. PayPal has not recovered at all. So there's something underlying wrong with PayPal. They might have lost maybe contracts or businesses, or maybe the government cracked down on, I don't know, but something is bad with PayPal, and I would avoid this stock like the plague. That's my personal opinion. Now, if this flies over the next 6-7 months, don't be upset, all right? But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't touch PayPal personally. All right. Trading sideways lady, watch gold as well to see what happens over there. USD CAD. USD CAD, bro. Blech. Yuck. I talk shit about everything except the indices. And even with the indices, like the Dow Jones is garbage. But I don't know. I stopped trading USD CAD a long time ago. I think I traded it like once or twice this year, and that was it. This sucks. We've done nothing. I don't even know what that line is. Daily time frame's been stuck in a consolidation, so you know what that means. Consolidation nation. So what in a consolidation, what is one of the qualities of a consolidating market? When they don't go anywhere, when the moves are not prolonged, this is what you get. Lows swept, highs swept, lows swept, highs swept, lows swept, highs swept. And you just get that back and forth. Sweep liquidity back into the range. Sweep opposing liquidity back into the range. So this is like a scalping environment. I wouldn't stay in very long. I would TP majority, you know, it's something logical, but markets like this are my least favorite. There's a way to trade consolidating markets. I mean, I taught you that the last couple of years. That's what I would do. This is like prime buying below old lows or shorting above old highs, or at least waiting and then maybe playing a mitigation or something. But it's just the moves are not sustained. So if you don't take when the market gives, a consolidating market's going to be very frustrating. And I want to say the dollar has highs. The dollar has equal highs at 104.26. So my guess would be a lower British pound and a lower Euro USD. That's what I would assume. So I don't know what news is going to do. That's going to give us a little bit more information. But with the dollar having these clean highs, I don't think that's going to be left open. It could. Like, don't get me wrong. We could still trade lower and leave these for another date. But we'd have to get past this gap. There's a little gap right there. So, yeah, I do not know. But I know those highs are very clean. Thank you, Ebeneth, for your contribution. We're all going to crash into each other like in that new movie on Netflix produced by the Obamas. Haven't seen it. Don't know it. The only thing I've been watching on Netflix is Madam Secretary. And I don't even know how I got through it because it's been pretty boring. I think I'm over halfway of season 6. So I'm almost done with it. And I'm kind of over it. It started off good and then they went way left field like Netflix usually does, and it's fucking annoying. Paint Republicans like they're the fucking devil. Paint white people like they're the devil. You know, it's so sickening, bro. I'm just tired of hearing that shit. You know? It's just annoying. But anyway. Does your entry technique make a difference when the market turns through a failure swing instead of a turtle soup? Lucas, I'm going to need an example. Because I'm not exactly sure what you mean by turns through a failure swing. You mean like a lower high instead of a higher high? Is that what you mean? What do I think about the Indian market? I don't watch the Indian market, so I don't know. If I watched the Indian market, I would tell you, but I honestly don't watch it, so I don't have an opinion on that. I don't trade it. I trade the U.S. equities. Okay. called Leave the World Behind. Well, how fitting is that? Swiss franc. Ooh. We had some lows over here that got swept yesterday in New York on the 1 hour time frame. Well, in the short, well, this is a weekly time frame, but we swept the high of May in September, traded lower, weekly imbalance in October, massive sell off since then. Last week was a bullish candle, but Swiss franc on a large time frame looks fairly bearish, in my opinion. What the fuck happened in 2015? That was like just after I started trading. I don't know what that is, but anyway, with the dollar index having these equal highs up here, and this like these lows being ran, these aren't equal highs, but I'm assuming if the dollar ends up being bullish, I don't see why Swiss franc wouldn't trade above 88.20, 88.30. So that looks all right in the general sense, but that's like a very quick analysis. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? You know what, Willow? It's funny that you mentioned that because in the most recent episode of Madam Secretary, that's what that episode was about. Somebody had made a video, a deep fake of, well, she's the president in the 6th season. Spoiler alert. Not that you all probably don't watch the show anyway. She becomes president, and then somebody makes a deep fake video of her and her husband talking shit about some other politician from another country, and everybody thinks the video is real. So there's like this whole big debacle, and then so the US goes to the company that hosts the video, and they're going, dude, what the fuck, man? And they were like, oh, well, we support free speech. But then it's like, well, yeah, but there's a difference between free speech and then like the world going to shit, you know, because everybody thinks that the deepfake is true. And then so the president signs, you know, or makes an account with this platform, and she's scrolling through the videos, and it's all like doomsday, rabbit hole conspiracy theorist stuff. And she's like, this isn't free speech. This is programming to make you, you know, angry and emotional and believe in all this like nonsense, is, you know, what their take was. And I was like, you know what? That's a good episode, because that's exactly what happens. Netflix does it. Don't tell YouTube, but YouTube does it. They all do it because it's designed to keep you watching videos. Everything is designed to keep you on the platform. So they all do the same shit. Matter of fact, I even read an article a couple years ago. I read the headline at least. Netflix has multiple thumbnails for the same show, but they show you the thumbnail that they think you would click on based on your previous history. So that's pretty cool to know, at least. Oh my goodness. I agree, Willow. I think we briefly looked at Aussie and Kiwi earlier today. New Zealand making lower lows. Australian dollar, we got all this stuff making higher lows, and then We do have highs up there. So it's a little bit conflicting because the dollar has highs it could reach for, and then Australian dollar also has highs that it could reach for. I mean, it has lows as well. So for me, it's hard to say. I mean, Australian dollar is stronger than New Zealand as of right now. But if you're assuming, like if I were to assume a long Australian dollar, then that would mean bearish, potentially dollar index. And I just don't know entirely if that's a correct assumption or a high probability assumption. It's all probabilities, but you get what I'm saying, right? They both typically, like on average, they typically cannot both be bullish if they're an inverse of each other. You know what I mean? Failure swing has the characteristic fair value gap. Turtle soup has the breaker candle or mitigation candle. Do you then join a turtle soup at the breaker instead of the fair value gap? My friends, this is why I don't use these complicated ass fucking names, because I can't even understand the question. Okay, so Lucas, you're asking about basically shorting a mitigation above a short-term high. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I want to watch this for a minute. What you're saying is, like, I can't find one off the top of my head because I think I know what you're talking about. Like, let's assume for a second that this is a wick that ran stops, broke down, created a short-term high, broke down, and then rallied into a mitigation. Like, let's just assume there was a mitigation here and there was a short-term high below that, meaning like there was a low and let's say a high and then a low, and then it ran into a mitigation, and that mitigation would be above a short-term high. Is that what you're asking? Like that? Is that what you're asking? Because honestly, I cannot tell. I'll do my best, damn it. Do my best. I heard somewhere that the guy who created Netflix is a nephew or grandson of the guy who coined the term propaganda. Yes, I've heard that too. I wouldn't be surprised. Bro, I've seen a lot of rabbit hole videos, okay? A lot. And you gotta also take it with a grain of salt too, bro. You know, you can't believe everything you see on the internet, especially if it's TikTok or an Instagram short, okay? Obviously, there are a lot of conspiracy theories, and all of them can't be wrong, but all of them can't be right either. That's statistically impossible. So, but that does seem reasonable. Okay. How to differentiate between low resistant highs as low resistant highs as weakness. In my head, I think about longs because of the highs and short because of the weakness. So, Felix, that is going to come down to... Fuck, that's hard to explain. Okay. So, let's... Matter of fact, let me skip that. We're going to come back to that. We're going to jump... Thanks, Max. We're going to skip that and go to Lucas because we're going to continue on the question that he asked earlier. That's what you were asking is about this. that would be fine too. If there is a like a mitigation, or if you want to look at it as a breaker, I don't care. If that is above a short-term high, yes, that would be like a Y slime model, shorting above a high. It's trading into liquidity, probably trailing stops. And if it's hitting a mitigation and imbalance, oh, that's a recipe for a high probability trade, especially if there's lows or equal lows or something that's high probability. Absolutely. Yes, that would work. But technically, a turtle soup is not an intraday thing. Turtle soup is a run on a previous daily high within a 20-day period. But it's been modified, and now everybody thinks, oh, turtle soup, oh, turtle soup, oh, turtle soup. Like, every move is not a turtle soup, okay? That's not the case, at least in the original sense. But people are going to call whatever they want. So I'm not here to argue that, because that'll be a never-ending debate. Know what I'm saying? But all right, Felix, great question. How to differentiate between low resistant highs as weakness? In my head, I think about longs because of the highs and shorts because of the weakness. So let's say, for example, you look at Nasdaq and you see that the Nasdaq's made a lower high, right? We can all see that. That's a lower high on the Nasdaq. But ES makes equal highs. So the Nasdaq, by definition, you would consider weak because it didn't make equal highs or a higher high. It made a lower high. And so in the short term, you do see the weakness because it breaks down, premium imbalance is respected, breaks down, inverted imbalance respected, breaks down, and you see that in the price action. Let's just assume that we're bullish on the afternoon, okay? And let's say this high just happened to be, a lot closer, okay? Like, say something like that happened where you believe, okay, we have low resistant highs. In the short term, it can be weak. But when it sweeps liquidity and then shows a willingness, like bullish order flow, that's when it's like, okay, we can long to get in sync with the potential run up to the highs. Okay? So it's not a permanent bias. Oh, low resistant highs is weakness, so I'm just going to short. I mean, in the short term, yes. Only if, not financial advice, I always got to throw that in there. The reason I was bearish and talking about that in the Discord, because of the equal lows, low resistant lows technically, and consolidation. That's a high probability target. Does that make sense, Felix? It's not a permanent bias. It switches. It might be weakness in the short term and then bullish in the long term. So this is why we talk a lot about liquidity. We talk a lot about order flow, getting in sync with that. Okay, based on what the market is printing at that time. We're just going to delete everything now because we got too much shit on here. But that's why I told you earlier, if there wasn't news, if this was a regular trading day, I would assume we would take the short-term low, trade into this 1 hour imbalance, and then if we get bullish order flow, I would ride that up to the 60s. Right? Oh, yeah, 60s. That's what I'm looking for. Because we have a speech in 9 minutes, that will derail that thought, because news could do some other worldly shit, okay? So we haven't traded into the 1 hour imbalance. It looks like this is a short-term sweep on liquidity, but I won't know that. I don't know. what the market's going to do in the next 30 minutes. I don't know. All I know is that the current December contract has highs, but we haven't met the imbalance. So I just have to fucking wait, dude. As much as it pains me to miss a move, assuming this trades higher down into an imbalance and then runs into the equal highs. Okay, if I called that out and I missed it, I can't be mad about that. You know? It's just, you win some, you lose some, bro. Well, you win some, you lose some, and you miss some. And that's okay. That's okay. November was a kick-ass month. It's all right. It's okay. All right? So hopefully that helps. Stoicism and solid Christian living, my brother. God got me. I would agree. I would agree. And that's the thing, man. Like, I'm not going to harp too much onto this because I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to get into religion, okay? Because that's, you know, it's very divisive. But at the end of the day, Christianity and Stoic philosophy, they do overlap in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. It's just fundamentally, there's different beliefs. But you got to realize, too, Stoicism started way before the story of Jesus. So it would make sense that they're different because they started at different time periods. But yeah, fun fact, I was actually reading and journaling today. All right. Let me bring this up before we get into the speech. If you are a member of this community and you don't have the Daily Stoic, you're fucking up. All right. You need the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Right? It's just one page every single day of the year. Now, if you really want some extra, if you really want to take it further, you can get the Daily Stoic journal as well that has prompts associated with the passage of the day. All right? So let me give you a brief example for today. December 13th. It's just a number. And then there's a quote from Marcus Aurelius. And then he quotes Seneca, you know, it's not that life is short. It's that we waste a lot of it. Life is long if you know how to use it. Be grateful for the time that you've been given. Short, sweet, to the point, right? That's in this. So then you go, okay, nice. And then you go over into the journal, okay? And December 13th is, can I be grateful for the time I've been given? And then it gives you a morning reflection to write and an evening reflection to write. Okay, so if you don't know how to journal, you can start with this. So there, we have solutions here, my friend. We try not to, you know, give problems. We try to give solutions. All right. I do the best I can. I do the best I can. That's why I've given away that book. I don't even know how many times this year. At least 3 times when we hit 125 members. I'll give another 3 away when we hit 150 members. Man, fuck it. I'll give away 5 when we hit 150 members. How about that? I'll give away 5 copies to anyone. You guys good with that? You got to get your own journal, though. You got to get your own journal. But I tell you what. The Daily Stoic and journal also come in a 2-pack, meaning you can buy these 2 in one purchase on Amazon. So if you want to get both, you can do that. Now, I myself, you know, because I am often cheap and smart about it, I only wrote in the morning reflections and I didn't write in the evening reflections. So 2023, I wrote in the morning, and next year I'll keep the same one, but I'll write in the evening reflections this time. You know, because I don't want to spend like what, $14 on a new copy. It's all right. I'd rather buy 5 copies to give away than to buy another copy for myself. How about that? How about that? Ugh, Dow Jones looks so bad. So we got a few minutes until the speech. If you guys have it, if you want to watch it, you should share the link. We can watch it together if you want. Yeah, I'm just going to watch ES. I don't want to watch the other two. Would it be better to have a higher time frame point of interest, like an imbalance below equal lows or on Nasdaq, to later long it to the low resistant highs? Okay, I need to read that again, my friend. Would it be better to have a higher time frame point of interest, like an imbalance below the equal lows on Nasdaq, to later long it? Well, the Nasdaq, dude, the Nasdaq is done today. I would not touch the Nasdaq. It ran, stops higher, bearish order flow down to the lows. How far can price go below lows? An imbalance. You know that. And we have that right here. I mean, damn, we just traded into the lower end of that and completed it. That'd be enough. Shorting anywhere in here down to these lows, that's a one and done. That's a wham bam, thank you ma'am. Log out. Have a nice day. So I'm not trying to look for a reversal right now. On Nasdaq at least. Excuse me. I would only look for a reversal on the S&P. You see that? We didn't even meet 46.45. 46.45. Yeah, these lows are identical. Well, this isn't really a low to me, but like the beginning of the imbalance is the same as this low. So I don't personally trust that the low's been set. I don't think the low's been set for today. I think, and again, because I know a few of you hopped off and hopped on or whatever, because I know the viewership is like a river. Okay, no man steps in the same river twice, or it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. I am looking for something like that. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Am I going to get that? I don't know. News can really just railroad whatever I think. Okay, if this was any other day, this is what I would look for. PM session, run lows, imbalance, some sort of bullish order flow to long up to the highs. That's what I would want on any other day. But right now, I do not believe the low's been set. If it has been, then I'm fucking wrong. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I think news is the excuse. Oh, look at that shit. Well, there's the fucking highs. All right. What am I supposed to do with that, chat? What was I supposed to do with that? What the fuck am I supposed to long? What am I supposed to long? Look at this 1 minute. What was it? What was it, chat? There was nothing in here. Man, that's a bitch. But like I said, what are you going to do? There's the 60s. Look at that shit. Okay. I mean, we talked about the 60s, but it never ran that fucking imbalance, bro. Never ran into it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? This is supposed to be gray, by the way. Imbalance below lows. Bussin'. The Dow. What the fuck? Well, this is the old contract, but look at this gap. Ran that shit. Let's look at the actual current contract. Jesus Christ, bro. Look at that. Fucking 20-point candle in like 2 minutes. Well, that's it for today's session. I mean, I can't do anything else. That would have been fun to long that, but like I said, news derails my ideas. I wanted it to run the imbalance. It didn't do it. I said, fuck you, John. I'm just going for the low, and that's it. Let's see what the dollar did. Ooh. Dollar did not run higher, ran lower instead. So you know what that means. That means Aussie hit those highs, baby. Fuck. Look at that. It only revisited that imbalance and took off. But look, I can't brag about that. I can't brag about that. Because I was fairly bullish on dollar, and this has lows and highs. I don't know what to do with that. So I'm gonna just miss out. Okay, now I gotta cry because we missed a fucking 50-point move in 10 minutes. Or 50 pip move, whatever I said. But that's a really, really clean example of Australian dollar being stronger than New Zealand. We did mention that. It's just when we have lows and highs, I don't trade it. This could have easily went lower. But, you know, because I'm streaming on YouTube, it's going to do something else. All right. Congress is closing for the holidays. They can't agree on any further funding for protecting the borders. Some money was approved for weapons, etc. Oh. All right. I don't know what to do with that. Thanks, Charlie. We got to get you a sniper again, too, man. And same with you, Mo Techno, Lazar. We got to get everybody snipers, bro. What do you think I need to do? I feel mentally down. I'm scared of taking trades. Take a break. Read a book. Get some fresh air. Go for a walk. You don't have to trade every day, my friend. I didn't trade today. Well, other than the stocks that I have. Oh, we should check that. We should check the stocks. What's JP Morgan doing? Ooh, it's up. Fresh highs, 161. I'll take that. I will take that, buddy boy. That's blessed. Tesla still down on the day. All right. But it gave us a nice little 5-minute candle. Nice. And I don't. Oh, Netflix. That was the last one. Huh. Here we are talking shit about Netflix. And she's paying, though. She's paying. That's fine. I can talk shit about a company but still trade their stock, okay? You don't have to write that down. But Netflix is paying today. JP Morgan's paying a little bit. And Tesla's being Tesla. So no surprise there. But oh, we didn't look at the metals market today. Why didn't we do that? Why didn't we do that, chat? What the fuck? Oh, that's why. Because silver has been getting its face ripped off the last 7 or 8 days. I thought we were going to take these highs at 26.20. We went down to the 23s, bro. Oh, well. And then gold coming off of all-time highs. I don't know what's next for gold. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to the seasonal pattern of bullishness, despite us hitting all-time highs. I don't care. Don't care. Thanks, Willow. I'll watch it. Or I'll at least watch the first maybe 5 minutes or so. Gold got sent to 1996 highs. We talked about Euro a minute ago. I think I wanted a lower Euro because of the highs on dollar, so I was wrong on that. Same for British pound. I was saying potentially lower British pound, and then we absolutely dominated to the upside. But you know what? Look at this is what fucked me up earlier when I looked at this. Let me know if y'all have the same shit on TradingView. Take a look at these highs right here. Watch this. 125,488 on a 15-minute time frame. You guys can see that, right? But then when I go down to a 5-minute, it's not the same. It's 47. Not 48.8. That's different. Right? That's not the same as the 15-minute time frame. What type of shit is that? I think it took those highs as well. Or I guess those highs up here. But, oh well. Hopefully you had fun. But that'll be it for today. I can't do anything. There's nothing for me to do here. So that was the idea. We didn't go lower. I said, I was like, I don't think the low of the day has been set. It looks like it's been set. So, you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad you guys get to see the imperfection. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Makes me human. Is the price action in other months than December better for trading with the mitigation model? I think the mitigation model is going to pan out in whatever month necessary, but in certain conditions, it's not going to. Like today, for example, when you have news, I'm not going to trade a mitigation model if there's news like that. You know what? This is reaching for something else. I don't know. What else this is reaching for? Maybe all-time highs. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, again, December, it slows down for me personally. Like today, I didn't trade today. I slowed down. I told you that. And now I'm just letting stocks do their thing. It's fine. You took out a weekly low. That probably makes sense too. But those highs weren't the same in the price feed. So I was like, screw that. December in itself is a bit tricky to trade. Not always. I'm still looking for things. I'm still calling things. We're still looking for a lower Nasdaq, and we got it. So it's not impossible, but I'm pretty sure they all made higher highs today. Yeah. So guess what? This is a good day to walk away and go read or go for a walk, Charlie. All right. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Drop a like on the stream if you got some value today or if you had some fun. We watched the S&P rip everyone a new one on I think that was a 5-minute time frame we were watching. And that spiked like 10, 15 points in a matter of just a couple minutes. So, I mean, that was fun, but it didn't hit the imbalance that I wanted, and that's okay. And that's all right. Sometimes you miss some. So make today productive, though. It doesn't make sense to watch charts, miss trades, and then be upset about it and not make the rest of the day productive. The day is only like half over. You know what I mean? Well, at least in the US. But if it's evening time for you, have a good evening. Have a good night. Y'all be good, man. I will see you on Friday, same time, same place, right here on YouTube.